1967 Chevelle for a buddy of mine. So basically today's just me an inventory day, taking everything that he has because this thing is chock full of parts, trying to figure out what we have, trying to figure out what's left that we need, so that we can put this thing together and get it running, driving, and stopping for him. Just to give you a little background on the Chevelle here, this is a 1967 Chevelle. This, the blue was supposedly the original color that this came in. It has since been repainted a few times, and new corner panels, doors, front fenders. It's got a 396 big block, AC, does only have manual steering but power brakes. It's got a 4-speed in it, which you can't see because of all the parts, which is what we're going to do. Okay, so as you can see, we got quite a bit of the parts out of the car. This car was just stacked full of parts. You know, some stuff is in good shape. Other stuff is in A shape. If they can be in a shape. Here's a bunch of parts here. Everything pretty much to put this car back together. And then some. There's a boatload of extra parts here that came with this car when the guy I'm working on for bought it, along with trim pieces. I'm pretty sure he has every single original trim piece, as well as all of the brand new trim pieces in order to replace them. This car is getting everything brand new. And then all the leftover pieces are part of the payment that I'm taking on for this Chevelle, actually. All right, so now that we've got the interior here all cleaned out, you can see, especially with that wiring right there, there's supposed to be a cover over all that, which the previous owner did not do. Back here, trunk pan looks pretty great. Basically, a lot of what this is putting together all this get running and driving kind of stuff. All that finishing work, you know, you got button up all the wiring, lay the sound deadening back in there, carpeting. He's got the rear seat and passenger seat still over at his house. I told him to keep them there until I'm ready for him. Same thing with the hood. I gotta get the windows in, door panels, all that kind of good stuff. Carpet's in great shape. He's got a bunch of the stuff here. We got hood hinges. There's a couple things we need to do in the engine bay, along with the wiring. A lot of it. It needs new battery cables. These two are roached, it looks like. There is a big rat's nest. I don't know how well you can see that. I'll get another clip of it. The big rat's nest right there. There is the fans. We need to wire in the fans. Stuff like that in the engine bay. Really, that's about it. It's really just getting things buttoned back up. Okay, so here's a lot of the parts as far as trim and stuff goes. There's two brand new bumpers. And then that right there is all of the brand new trim pieces, the grill, all that kind of good stuff. And this is all of the old original in there, which is also pretty good stuff. It's just, you know, he's got all this brand new stuff now. Here's the console. Well, the top part of the console for the 4-speed. There's that. The actual console is sitting right there. All this bits and pieces. Everything everywhere. All the stuff to put the bumpers on. We'll have to go through and check for bolts and all that kind of good stuff. Should be a fun time, but I think the first thing we're going to tackle is the wiring issues. Oh, here's that mouse nest here of wiring. Oh, and this is the only way he can get his ignition to work is by a toggle switch over here. We'll fix that. He bought a brand new wiring harness for this entire car. And so some of the stuff was wired in. Some of it was actually just dangling there. Most of it's actually just dangling there, to be quite honest. He had a couple of his random gauges set up. Like he's got his temp sensor, which I cut. Because it was just a aftermarket temp sensor that he had laying on his floor, which this wiring harness, I believe it's this green one, goes for a temp sensor. Figured out all of his AC stuff, or some of his AC wiring anyhow. Neutral safety switch, everything that's going to be on that side, everything's gonna be on this side. Some of this stuff is gonna have to go back inside. Okay, so I got a lot of stuff going on under here, under the dash too. I was looking through the whole stack of parts and everything, and I found this. Makes my life so much easier. It is the booklet that came with the wiring harness that he had purchased. It's gonna tell me everything I'm gonna need to do here in order to get this wiring harness in this entire car. From quick wire and cable. So, should be a fun time. Probably won't get into that today. I'm fixing to go home here pretty soon. But here's kind of what I got going on. It's already halfway installed into the car. Alright guys, so I'm really just getting into this YouTube thing. I want to start making more videos. I want to start doing them every week. I do a lot of cool stuff sometimes, I think. Work on a lot of cars. I usually make time to work on my cars. So right now it is 8:30 in the morning. I've been here for about 3.5 hours working. So it's time to go home and shower and start my day. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. I'll see you next time.